At an Egyptian site, archaeologists discovered over 100 unique mummies, not of humans but crocodiles. These crocodile mummies had inscriptions on their coffins that left experts astounded after reading and interpreting them. In our today's video, we'll once again amaze you. Thousands of years ago in ancient Egypt, when individuals passed away, their bodies were chemically preserved to prevent decomposition over time. Post-preservation, the mummies were adorned according to their rank or stature, then interred into the ground or a tomb. Although many mummies have been discovered in Egypt, the 7 that we'll talk about today were a significant surprise to experts and archaeologists when initially discovered. So, let's kick off with number 7. Among the eldest mummies in ancient Egypt is one belonging to a woman named Lady Rai. Found approximately 140 years ago in the Theban tomb region of Egypt, this mummy stunned the archaeologist. Further investigation revealed that Lady Rai passed away around 3,550 years ago, aged roughly 35, and seemed to have been a nurse or maid to an ancient queen. However, what truly amazed the archaeologist was Lady Rai's hair. Even after thousands of years, Lady Rai's hair remained well preserved. Some strands looked as if they emerged only a few months ago. The hairstyle that Lady Rai was buried with is still styled the same way today. Number 6. Ramses II was ancient Egypt's most famous leader who ruled his kingdom for a long time. When he died, he was 90. His mummy was found in Saqqara, an Egyptian village, in 1881. Only ancient kings, queens, or the upper class were buried here. The archaeologist who removed the mummy said it looked as formidable as Ramses II had been during his reign. Although no one knows the exact number, many would be surprised to learn that, according to research and DNA tests, Ramses was the father of 150 children. In 1974, it was noticed that Ramses II's mother was getting deteriorated, which is why it was immediately decided that her mother should be taken to Paris where she would be treated. But according to international rules, whether a person is alive or dead, he must have a passport to cross the border. For this reason, Egypt issued the passport of Ramses II, in which he was given the status of king. Remember that it was the first passport in the world that was issued for a dead person. Even while landing in Paris, Ramses II's mother was awarded a lot of military honor. Number 5. Tutankhamun, or King Tut, was not only surprised to find this pharaoh. Rather, Tutankhamun's mother surprised archaeologists from all over the world. The room in which Tutankhamun's mother was locked was found from 20 feet below the ground. Tutankhamun was the youngest king of ancient Egypt, who got so many powers at the age of just 9. His mother was found in 1922 from a tomb in King's Valley, where, along with the mother, a huge treasure was also buried, and for this reason, Tutankhamun's mother surprised the whole world. It was believed about this King Tut, who died at the age of just 19 years. Inside it is inhabited by some souls and miscreants who are saving this mummy and treasure. Lord Carnarvon was the man who funded the discovery of Tutankhamun's tomb. Surprisingly, Lord Carnarvon died of a mosquito bite just a few days after King Tut's mother was found. Number 4. Crocodile Mummy. A team of archaeologists was working in the ancient Egyptian site of al-Bariyat. Their goal was to uncover mummies or buried treasure. However, this site gave them more than they bargained, over 100 mummies. But these were not human, they were mummies of crocodiles, preserved with extreme care. These centuries-old crocodiles baffled the archaeologists initially. They wondered why crocodiles were mummified instead of humans. Clues were found on the coffin of these crocodiles. They were inscriptions. The mystery took a turn thereafter. The inscriptions on each crocodile's cover held more interest for the archaeologists than the crocodiles. What could the ancient Egyptians possibly have to do with these crocodiles, and why were they given such honor in death? The archaeologists were more intrigued by the writings on the crocodile mummies than the crocodiles themselves. What was the relationship of ancient Egyptians to these crocodiles, and why were they honored with mummification? The answers to these questions were in this writing, which was written on the cover of a crocodile. Research revealed this evidence that the ancient Egyptians respected the crocodile as a god, considering it a symbol of power. During this ancient era, the ancient Egyptians used to make sculptures with a crocodile-like head and a lower part resembling humans. Number 3. Gazelle mummies. Not only crocodiles but even mummies of some animals were found in Egypt. Archaeologists have even found the mummies of several deer. The deer mummy you see here passed away about 3,000 years ago and appears to have been the pet of a queen. When archaeologists unearthed this deer, they were amazed to find it buried in a royal manner with the king and queen. In other words, the preservative method applied to the kings and queens was also used for the deer, which was then laid in a royal coffin. Number 2. Mud mummy. Egyptians used to use a chemical extracted from a special plant, also known as resin, to preserve human bodies. This chemical was quite expensive, and because of this, only the rich could afford it. All the mummies that the archaeologists found were covered with resin to make the body last over time. But the Australian archaeologists were shocked when they found a mummy that was covered with mud, not resin. This mummy was of a woman who had died at approximately 25 years old, but there was something else on her coffin besides mud that had put the archaeologists on alert. Lab tests showed the mummy was about 30 years old, but the mud around it was added many years after its death. After research, it was found that the mummy was a woman from a poor family who could not afford resin, so it was preserved with clay. However, why was the mud added many years after her death? This is still a mystery for archaeologists. Next, the number 1 mummy with tattoos. Tattoos are considered fashionable today, but they were also significant in ancient times. At the Dar el-Medina site in Egypt, archaeologists found mummies of 7 women with tattoos on their bodies. One mummy had over 30 tattoos. The archaeologist stated he had never seen tattoos on mummies before, but after discovering these, it would not be wrong to say that tattoos were very important in ancient Egypt. Ancient Egyptians, who were experts at decorating everything from the King's Valley to the hidden chamber inside the Giza pyramid, there was decoration everywhere. These 7 mummies with tattoos might have been wall artists of that time and played a major role in decorating the king's chambers. Hope you appreciate and share this video. We are very thankful for your wonderful comment. See you in the next exciting video.